webinar. In today's webinar, we're going to be discussing a little bit more of what is P2P or peer-to-peer connectivity, as well as a little bit of different topologies that we have for our setups. We go from IP to hybrid to analog setups. Just a test, everyone can hear me? Can everyone hear me?
Yes, Bruno.
All right, perfect. All right, I just wanted to do that test then. So let's go back to where we were. So again, our webinar is about P2P services and how to configure P2P services on our cloud and with VezcoGo. First of all, what is P2P? P2P is peer-to-peer, is the communication protocol used between electronic devices where a device can initiate the route of the communication process. So basically it's like this. It's whenever you have one device speaking directly to another device and routing that communication process directly to one device. This is used very much when we want to add cameras, DVRs, or NVRs to a mobile device or to a software. In general cases, I would have to assign it an IP address. From that IP address, I would have to select specific ports, an HDTV port and RSTP port, as well as a communication port. The standard for Vezco is port 8000, 80, and 554. So I would have to log into my router and open up those ports to that specific IP address of the DVR. And then I would have to connect with an external IP address. In some locations, and depending on your internet service provider, your ISP, you might not have a public IP, or your public IP might be shared within a region. So therefore, it makes it a lot harder, and people would have to have or buy a static IP address. And that becomes expensive, it becomes troublesome. So a lot of companies have developed, and we have specialized it, is the P2P communication. Our P2P communication will make all this process of communicating between the NVR and the DVR to a cell phone and tablet or a computer seconds. In seconds, we can have that done. It's as easy as entering the menu, enabling it, scanning the QR code, or entering a serial number. We're going to talk a little bit about that as we go forward. Any questions so far?
Yes. No.
Okay. So we're going to talk about here our solution in TVI. Our solution in TVI can offer HD video at real time at 5 megapixels at 60 frames per second. So when we see here, I have made a diagram of the different sizes of images that we have going from 480p to 1920. Okay, we have to take into consideration that when we talk about 480p and we talk about 720p and 576p, these images were originally designed for a full screen monitor, so a square monitor. The moment that I put these screens onto a widescreen monitor, I have image distortion. So the industry has perfected it and created a 2 megapixel image, whereas an image that can be both displayed in either 4:3 or 16:9. And we have perfected and taken even a step further and added onto a 3 megapixel and a 5 megapixel with 4K output. So not only are we talking about a widescreen, we can also be talking about a full or extra widescreen in 4K and What will change that is how you have your setup done. This differentiates us a lot from other brands. All of our security equipment, our HDTVI technology, is an open technology. So all of our DVRs is compatible with any other TVI camera, and any other TVI camera is compatible with our DVRs. This goes even so for PTZs. Even our PTZs can be controlled only through the coax cable when using our when using our DVRs. When we look here on the side, we talk about our quadruple technology, or what we also call a quad grid. So we talk about all of our DVRs, even from the base series, accept TVI, AHD, analog, and IP. However, I have some DVRs that even accept CVI in it. Those are special series DVRs. So the Vezco DVRs support IP cameras, analog cameras, AHD cameras, and TVI cameras, making it easy to grow existing systems simply by replacing the DVR. There is no need to replace cabling. It is possible to access and operate the OSD menu of the camera using the same coaxial cabling. The DVRs automatically detect the signal inputs, if it's analog, if it's 1020, or if it's 1080, and it configures the display recording directly. Okay, so they are self-adaptive. Any questions so far here?
No, Bruno.
All right, so here we're going to talk a little bit about our different topologies, and we're starting with IP and then some small to medium solutions. So we see here that we have an outdoor IP camera, an indoor IP camera, an NVR, a monitor. The camera connects to the NVR by plug and play. You can see the output through a monitor, or through cloud P2P, you can connect to a mobile device or the Vezco software. So let's take a look at what it says. It says all Vezco IP cameras support PoE power, and NVRs support up to 16 PoE outputs. With the simple connection of the camera to the recorder and through the plug-and-play feature, you get a self-configuration for viewing and storing the video, significantly reducing startup times as well as eliminating cost in network infrastructure. As even a step further, our cameras are also self-adaptive to our NVRs. So if you're to open a box of a brand new camera and connect it to an NVR, before activating it, before doing anything, if you did not do that and you connect it to an NVR, the camera will be intelligent enough to absorb all the information that the NVR has and make it hers. So automatically, the same login of the camera is going to become the login, is going to become what was the login of the NVR. Any questions here?
No, Bruno.
Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and let's continue. So our hybrid solutions. On many occasions, the migration of analog systems to new technologies such as IP require an important technical and economic effort. For these cases, Vezco offers a hybrid recorders, allowing a step-by-step migration, leaving aside the alternative of discarding equipment of old but functional technologies. So this is a great solution for when we're going to have a project that you already have existing cameras. However, the new cameras that the customer wants to put in are either IP or a better technology than the existing cameras. We can do that with our hybrid series. This hybrid series comes in 8 channels of IP and 8 channels of analog, total of 16, and it also comes in a 16-channel format, 16 analog, 16 IP, a total of 32 channels. When we talk about 16 channels in IP and 16 channels of analog, you can sort them out however you want. And inside analog, it can be AHD, TVI, CVI, or CVBS. Connecting that to our hybrid DVR, our HDVR, you would be able to have an output on the TV, also in 4K. And through P2P, you'll be able to see it on your cell phone as well as on the computer. Any questions here so far?
No, Bruno, no questions.
Perfect. Now we take a look of our remote solutions. So this is when we're talking about multiple sites and being viewed from a main location. So in addition to capturing and storing the video, a centralized platform is sometimes necessary to manage the security of a place. As a VMS solution, Vezco offers Vezco for PC and VezcoGo for mobile. This software improves and allows a more effective operation of the video surveillance system, giving the possibility of having a professional multi-site control. So as we see here, we can see that we have a hybrid DVR in one site, a DVR in another site, and an NVR in another site, as well as an independent IP camera, and we're running our software. And all of this can be seen from the network, as well as from another location where I can have either an NVR, DVR, or a hybrid with also an independent camera. And all of this is going to be seen through the software through its networking. Any questions here?
No, Bruno.
All right, perfect. Now we get onto configuring P2P. Use the NVR or DVR, select menu from the configuration. So you're going to go to the main menu, select configuration. So once you're in the configuration, this is the main tab for anything that you want to change in the system. Okay, so the system's configuration menu is where you change time, you change date, you do network configurations, port configurations, and you enable the Vezco P2P service. You can also set up emails, users. This is where you do everything that's related to the setup of your DVR, NVR, or hybrid. So we're going to make sure we're going to click on configuration. The next step, we're going to click on network. So from here, you can actually just hover your mouse over and click on network, and it will take you to this screen right here. So once we click on network, it's very important that we go to the general tab, and inside the general tab, we have DHCP enabled. Okay, DHCP has to be enabled. It comes default enabled, but make sure it is. Once you have it enabled, then we're going to go into platform access, which is the second tab. So again, menu, configuration. Configuration, we go into the network tab. From the network tab, we got to make sure DHCP is checked, and then we click on platform access. Clicking on platform access is going to open me this new screen. Make sure you have enabled. Second, make sure your server address is the same one that we have here, dev.guardingvision.com. Okay? Any questions so far?
No, Bruno.
All right. So now we're going to have to go ahead and set a verification code. On older DVRs or other brands, a lot of this verification code is either in the bottom of the NVR or DVR, or it's in the manual, which is a static number, which is not very secure, because anybody that knows about CCTV can at any time add that system to their phones because they know the verification code for it. However, Vezco works in a different format. Vezco allows you to create your own verification code, making it harder for anyone to hack inside your system. In the example that I have here, I have created the verification code admin123, a very weak password. And this is basically it, how you set it up. Once you have it there, all you have to do is visit our website, or through the mobile store in your phone, download VezcoGo in the Google Play Store if you have Android, or in the Apple Play Store if you have iOS, and download VezcoGo. Downloading VezcoGo, all you have to do is scan this QR code we have here. And it's as easy as that. Do we have any further questions here?
No, Bruno, no question.
All right, so I would like to thank everyone for taking their time after Tuesday morning to listen to this webinar. I make myself available. If you have any questions, feel free to get in contact with me, or you can reach me through the webpage, or if you have my direct contact, my extension is 9108. Feel free to contact me or give me a call or shoot me an email. Thank you very much. Have a great day.